Welcome to all inspiring chefs, cooks, and everything in between alike. This is Griever, your guys' host as always. This is my bar, the place I'm always at, and this is a very, very late Shokugeki no Soma chapter review, chapter 288. Let's get cooking, guys. I am very, very sorry about the lateness of this review. I'm still getting over a partial cold, and I wasn't able to make many videos over the weekend or anything like that. But I'm here now. Let's get this done. Chapter 288. Another reason that thankfully One Piece was on break, so I didn't have to worry about that. Another reason that, I probably could have gotten this done on Saturday. The reason I didn't. I have a very good reason for this. This chapter bugs me. Once again, we're seeing the faults with a chapter-by-chapter basis for this arc. It wasn't necessarily a bad chapter, but kind of like... it's mediocre. It was so mediocre because a few already, right off the bat. Let's just get, panel by panel, we don't need to do that. Suffice it to say, Tsukasa, of course we know, was successful. He made a crazy good dish. I already called that. And then Soma fails his first attempt. Called that too. The problem lies in what happens in this chapter. Tsukasa basically moves on. So their competition, I guess Tsukasa won. It's never mentioned again. They started a plot thread that was good, just a short term, like a short fuse, very quick. It's a fuse. It's a time bomb. It's worth 3 chapters at most. But nonetheless, we should have seen this. We should have seen the outcome, and Tsukasa and someone going, I guess I'm still $50 short of your skill level, something like that. We should have seen that. But all that happens is Tsukasa basically moves on. And Soma just continues to make dishes as though they're little mini competition on to the side, which is actually a great thing to do. It was fun. We should have seen the outcome. Now, you can make the argument that we'll see that at the 3rd gate or at Heaven's Keep or something, but that wasn't the point. The point of the competition was to see which one of them could make the most money off of this challenge. It was a challenge specific as a one-off to this one. And it's handled so poorly that I'm kind of pissed. Because Tsukasa moves on, Soma tries again, and all that he does, really, all he does, and once again, I argued about this in the last chapter review. Once again, this is why I'm not rushing to get these out, because this chapter, it had build-up, and then it broke it, because he didn't learn his lesson. We've seen Soma multiply before. He knows how. All he did was stack more numbers. The problem with this concept is that she told him, addition won't solve your problems. You're thinking like a 3rd-rate chef. You need to learn how to multiply. You're thinking like a 3rd-grade student who only knows how to add and subtract. You need to start thinking like a high schooler who knows multiplication, division, algebra, matrices, all that stuff. You need to think on 3rd dimension, 4th dimension. You need to think outside the box. I understand what they're trying to do with this addition thing, but that's not what Soma does. Soma's been multiplying. He's been doing dividing and multiplying since the beginning of the series. They've literally dumbed down the character and changed traits about him, in my opinion. Now, once again, guys, you can argue these points, and I'm more than willing in the comment section down below for you guys to go down there and tell me your thoughts about why I'm totally wrong, why I'm full of shit, why this is something that Soma's character has been building towards. Make your case, make your argument. But for me, Soma's been multiplying since the beginning. And they're trying to convince me that he hasn't been, that all he's ever done is add. And I could argue almost the entire first arc, he's doing everything but that. He takes convenience store goods and he repurposes them, creates them, multiplies them, accentuates the flavor. That's what he does. He doesn't add. It's the weirdest thing I've seen. What he did in the last chapter was addition. But what he does here should have been multiplication. And once again, we lost the Tsukasa versus thing. And at the end of this chapter, and I doubt in the next chapter we're going to get it, what was the price tag? So we still, even as readers, Tsukasa doesn't know the outcome. Soma doesn't know the outcome. And us as viewers, we don't know the outcome. How much was his dish worth? We don't even get that. That might have been very in a small text bubble. I tried to make sure that it was written nowhere before I stated that. And it could have been, so I could have missed that and sound like a total idiot up here, guys. But still, that's irrelevant even if it was there. It's not blatant because I read the chapter 4 times, didn't see it. So if it's in a little tiny thing at the end page or something or in the scroll text on the side, I mean, maybe it's in a different translation. I don't know. But I didn't see it. So I have no indication, was this $100 worse, $100 better than Tsukasa's dish? I have no idea. And also, Tsukasa and Soma, like, why one chapter they can't seem to keep a consistent plot thread within a chapter? 1 week. 1 week. They can't seem to keep their head in the game. It's the weirdest thing. I don't understand. It's not that any of these chapters are bad. It's that they're inconsistent. They don't follow plot threads. Let's start a competition at the beginning. Forget that. Next chapter. It's got nothing to do with anything. All we get is one look from Tsukasa looking on to Soma trying his second attempt. And then that's all we get. That's not enough. And this is shown in a sense, it's food, but the concrete of this has not been subterfuge. This is not Death Note with all its hidden meanings. This is not one of those type of things. This doesn't have that underlayer tone of read between the lines. It never has. You can read between some lines, but like most things are stated. So this is very difficult for me as a lover of Shokugeki no Soma, for a lover of food wars, to see this happen, especially like it's just blatant. Now I don't believe they're even trying, because they literally set up in the last chapter, here we're going to have a competition, you versus me. All right, let's see what you got. $587. That's what Tsukasa did. He's number 1. He's the star of the light chefs. First seed versus first seed. Let's see what happens. Okay, Soma failed. I called that. I called all this happening. But then they drop it. They just drop the whole thing. And as I said before at the beginning of this review, guys, even if you bring it up later at the third gate or Heaven's Keeper or any time in between, that's irrelevant, because the competition was who can make the plate worth more money in this second gate battle. So regardless what happens after this, they drop that plot thread within 2 chapters. Like, why start it? Like, I was happy about it, but even if you didn't want to continue it, don't bring it up. It was unnecessary to bring it up in the first place, but then to bring it up just to drop it makes no sense. The way Soma's character has been treated is one of the biggest insults of this entire arc, because he's not being treated like the character we've known and how he's grown and progressed thus far. He's not acting like him, and then all these plot threads just being hyped up and dropped, hyped up and dropped, and now it's just blatant. It's within 2 chapters. I know it was a minor thing, a 3-chapter plot thread, and they couldn't even keep it for 3 chapters. That's ridiculous to me. So anyways, guys, you know how I feel about Chapter 288, clearly. Once again, I'm really, really sorry about the latest of this review. I know it's like 4 or 5 days late, but I wanted to get it out. I wanted to keep it consistent. 289 better be better than this. Like, are they waiting for Chapter 300 to bring out the big guns and really make this a staple for a new arc? Because right now, this is feeling like the Bount arc or the Fullbring arc or the, I don't know, Fairy Tail. Like, this just isn't what I expected. And they could fix it so many ways. Once again, made a video about that. They can still salvage this. This is not a lost cause. That's why I continue to read it and continue to hope. Because there's still potential there. There's still great characters with great arcs, and they have a great opportunity in this arc to make it work. You can have a rough start, you can have a rough beginning, but you can still be the tortoise who wins the race in the end. So all they have to do is pick up the pieces and realize that what they're doing right now is not working, and go back to the drawing board and rethink what the arc is supposed to be about. It wouldn't take much. So what do you guys think in the comment section down below, because this is the end of the chapter, end of the review. I know I'll probably get a lot of hate for this video for those of you who watch it. Probably won't get a whole lot of views on this one anyways because it's so late. But I really wanted to bring up my thoughts. I didn't want to skip a review and go to chapter 289. Letting you guys know this stuff. So anyways, that's it for me, guys. This has been Griever with your Shokugeki no Soma chapter 288 review. What did you guys think? Love, hate, in between? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, drink responsibly. See you back here next time.